Mr. Ntanzi, if we can then just deal with an aspect that you raised yesterday. And in this regard, we refer to the new exhibit DD1A. It's the affidavit by Mr. P. Lowe of Capitec Bank. You don't have this here. We'll give you a...
We have this one. The one of water.
We'll give you the new exhibit DD1A, which we referred to yesterday. Now, Mr. Ntanzi, we want you to have the two exhibits side by side.
Okay.
Exhibit DD1 is the affidavit by Ms. Carolina Petronella Buota of Capitec Bank. The statement or the affidavit in terms of section 236 of Ms. Carolina Petronella Buota is exhibit DD1. That's the one that we've been dealing with this morning.
DD1.
Then the affidavit of P. Lowe, it's the new exhibit DD1A.
This is DD1A. This is called Lowe. Bona abantu babili laba basebenza eCapitec ne omunye uBuota isibongo sakhe bese kuthi lona yena kuba nguLowe.
Yes. Can we then for a moment just focus on the new exhibit DD1A, the affidavit of P. Lowe of Capitec Bank?
Singaqala ke sibuke lesi okwamanje lesi esika P. Lowe.
You see, there's paragraph 5 there. We'll just briefly put the contents on record, but before that, you maintain that that signature that appears below paragraph 5 is your signature yesterday. Is that correct?
Izolo uthe isignature lena ela eyakho angithi.
Yes, mawubuka ama signature amaningi so.
Yes, if you have a look at many of my signatures, they are like this.
Yes. If you turn the page over to page 2, your personal particulars appear in paragraph 1 and 2, then there's a signature, deponent. You also maintain that that is your signature.
Asibuke la. Umubuka lana unemininingwane yakho bese kuba ne-signature la uthi i-signature yakho le.
Mina ngisayina so.
This is how I sign.
Ite one lesigma ngoba ama signature amaka ano B phakathi bese kubhala so.
If you were just to look at my signatures, they've got a B and then they go like this.
Manje let it come up then.
Now this one, where is this coming from now?
Yes. If you turn to page 5, the document consists of 14 pages.
So the page 5. No. Okay.
Page 5 of 14.
3. 4, 5.
You'll see that it's a section 236 pertaining to the bank statements of Mr. Muzika Kulela Sibia.
Uma ubuka lana uzobona ukuthi angithi sikhulumile ngazi inkatolo ichazela izolo ukuthi ke istatement lesi sifungele ku section 236 uthi ke umshushisi naleso uzobona ukuthi istatement esifungele ngaphansi kwakhe u section 236 sakhe umuzi kaUkhulelwa Sibiya.
sorry, if we can just ask you to go back to page 2.
Uma singacela nje sibuyele ku
14.
page 2.
You'll see that it's paragraph, your information is as per paragraph 1 and 2.
Uzobona ukuthi imininingwane yakho ila phakathi ko 1 no 2.
You see that?
Uyakubona lokho. Imininingwane yakho nala paragraph 2 futhi ke.
Yebo ngiyakubona.
Yes, I see it.
Now, if you go to page 5, the one on which we are, you'll see that there are paragraphs 3 and 4.
Uma uza lana ke manje ku page 5 uzobona la ukuthi ke u3 kanye no 4 ila imininingwane ikhona.
And this is the information in respect of Mr. Muzika Ukulela Sibiya, the bank statement as copies of extracts with the particulars of the account holder, namely the client information and copy of ID document.
Uzobona ukuthi ke imininingwane yakhe ke umuzi kaUkhulelwa Sibiya, imininingwane yakhe noma ke igama nesibongo sakhe bene account number kanye futhi ke icopy yayo iID.
Then there's a signature of the deponent from the bank, Mr. P. Lowe. That is a signature that you say is yours.
Kube ne signature ke la yakhe umnumzana uP Low osebenza ebhange ile signature wena othi eyakho.
Mina signature le ngiyayibona ngithi that's why ngitshene ikhoda signature le why ingafani naleya.
It's because I see this signature, which is why I'm asking the court as to why is this signature not the same as this one.
Yes. These are two different affidavits. That's why we ask you to put the affidavit side by side. The first affidavit, Exhibit DD in bracket 1, is the affidavit by Ms. Carolina Petronella Buota, dated 6 September 2023.
Yimi ngakho ke sicelile ukuthi awabeke kanje. Asiza so. Swabeke kanje ukuthi ke itatimende ezimbili ezahlukene ezifungelwe lesi esoqala exhibit DD1 yesakhe uCarolina Petronella Buota, idate yakhona yi6 ku September 2023.
Yes.
Yes.
And that pertains to your bank information only.
La imininingwane
Exhibit
yakho
DD1.
yebhangi kuphela la kulesi sikaBuota.
Then if you look at the new exhibit DD1A, the statement of P. Lowe and is dated 9 April 2024.
Uma ubuka lesi ke manje esika P Low yilesi ke esisha esiqeda ke ukukunika sona manje idate yakhona yi9 ku April 2024.
You see that?
Uyakubona lokho?
Yebo ngiyakubona.
Yes, I see it.
Yes. Now, we were on page, we have just traversed information regarding your bank records. If you go to page 5, you'll see that it's paragraphs 3 and 4.
Page 5 of DD1A.
Yes, 5 of 14.
Yes. Uzobona ke lana la ku page 5 ukuthi ke imininingwane lena ke yomnikazi ke we-account iku 3 no 4.
And that pertains to the information of Mr. Muzika Ukulela Sibiya.
Lokho ke imininingwane yakhe umnumzana uMuzika Ukulela Sibiya.
And the bank official P. Lowe signature appears there as a deponent and is commissioned.
Bese ke i-signature yakhe ke lo osebenza khona ebhange okulo obhalwe la uP Low iyo i-signature yakhe le bakwase ke kufakwa ke istamp ukuqinisekisa ke istatement lesi
So
Asike stamp.
ukuthi bayikhomishine ukuthi wasayina ke lo okunelungelo lokuthi angamfungisa angithi istatement esifungele ilana aqinisekisa khona ukuthi ke wamfungisa.
So P. Lowe, the Capitec Bank official, says is attaching the copies of bank statement for the savings account of Mr. Muzika Kulela Sibia, account number 1146341790 for the period 2014-01 to 2015-06-30, and now, if you look at paragraph 4, the bank official P law says is attaching copies of extracts of the account holder, namely the client information, and copy of the ID document.
Uma ubuka lana ke ku4 lana ke uPlow lona ke kuyena osebenza ebank kwaCapitec uyasho ke lana ukuthi ke lana kule statement sakhe esifungelwe unikeza ke ngemininingwane.
The client information is there on page 6.
Lana ke imininingwane ke yomnikazi weaccount
that the official is referring to, and on page 7 is copy of the ID that the bank official is referring to in paragraph 4B.
Lana angithi uyabona lana ukuthi ukhuluma ngokuthi ke lana kwimininingwane ayihlanganisile la kulesi statement sakhe khona necopy ye-ID. Angithi uqale wakhuluma nge-information ye-client noma ke umnikazi we-account okuyiyona le page u6 bese kuthi ke akhulume ngecopy ye-ID iyona le eku-page 7.
Surely, Mr. Ntanzi, it can't be your signature, do you agree?
Ngesiqinisekiso ke mnumzana uNtanzi ukuthi angeke kube i-signature yakho le.
Manje wayifana neyami le signature. Uma ungathuthi amaphepha ambuko le signature the same ite one.
Why is it similar to mine? If you were to look at this signature and take my documents, have a look at my signature, it's the same thing.
Now, let's proceed. As you have seen that these are paragraphs 3 and 4 for the bank information of Mr. Muzika Kulela Sibia. If you turn to page 8, it's paragraphs 5 and 6. So in other words, the statement continues to paragraphs 5 and 6.
Umasiza lana ke ku paragraphs 5 no 6. Siyaqhubeka ke istatement lesi sakhe.
And this is an annexure to the main affidavit that appears on the first 2 pages.
La njengoba lana kulama page lamakhasi ka oqala amabili 1 no 2 kune statement esifungelwe lana ke manje ke amaphepha noma iphepha leli elihamba kanye ne statement lesi sakhe asibhalile yena la kulamakhasi oqala amabili.
So the bank official continues on paragraphs 5 and 6, says
zwayo ke leyo account ke umthokozisi Maphisa
he or she gives the account number there 2248229786, the statement period 2014-01 to 2015-06-30.
lana ke ubiza ke noma ubhala yona ke account number u2248229786 ukuthi ke istatement lesi ke istatement esicelelwe siphi isikhathi u2014 nge1 zika January yofica nge30 zika June 2015,
and a second account number 13920845553 for the period 2014-01 to 2015-06-30.
bese ke kune account number yesibili ke eku 13920845553 istatement ke sicelelwe isikhathi sange kusuka nge1 ku January 2014 kuyoshaya ke 30 ku June 2015.
And at paragraph 6, he or she says the client information is attached as well as copy of the ID document.
Lana ke ku6 uyasho ke ukuthi ke imininingwane yakhe ke umnikazi we-account kanye futhi ke necopy ye-ID yakhe.
Then he or she has signed there as a deponent and is commissioned.
Wasesayinda ke lana ke kwaba yiloyo ke owamthathisa isifungo osayinayo.
If you turn the page over to page 9,
Masiza lana ke page 9.
you'll see that is the client information mentioned in paragraph 6A.
Nanjengoba lana ke ku paragraph 6A 6 ku A uyasho ukuthi ke imininingwane yomnikazi we-account iyona ke lena.
Then the next page, page 10, is a copy of the ID of Mr. Mapisa.
Ukhulumile ke lana ngecopy ye-ID la ku 6B iyona ke lena icopy yakhe umnumzana uMapisa.
And surely once again, Mr. Ntanzi, that cannot be your signature.
Phinde
As you
futhi.
maintain.
Phinde futhi ngisho ke umnumzana uNtanzi ukuthi ke ngesiqinisekiso ke ukuthi cha akusiyona isignature yakho le.
Mangathatha ubuka amaphepha amakho lapha phambi kwakho kodwa le signature efana naleya mina.
If you were to take all my documents before the court, this signature looks like mine.
Kuyenzeka mhlambe uma mhlambe kuyenzeka ukuthi ama signature umuntu abantu abahlukene afana.
Is it possible or does it happen that signatures of different people look the same or look alike?
Now, continue on page, before we continue, you'll see that the previous information for Mr. Mapisa ends at paragraph 6, so it's paragraphs 5 and 6 pertains to Mr. Mapisa. Then on page 11 is paragraph 7 and 8. And that is the information for Mr. Fisokuhle Ntuli.
Bese kuthi masiza lana ke ku7 kanye no8 lana ke ku page 11 u7 kanye no8 imininingwane yakhe uFisokuhle Ntuli.
And at paragraph 7, it gives the client's name, Fisokuhle Ntuli, the account number, 2164071049, the statement period 2014-01-01 to 2015-06-30, and the second account 1165614071, and the statement period 2014-01-01 to 2015-06-30.
Lana ke kuyona ku paragraph 7 isho ke ukuthi ke amakhophi ebank statement kwi savings account yakhe umnumzana uFisokuhle Ntuli, account number 2164071049, ukuthi statement lesi ke saqalelwa isikhathi sange 1 January 2014 kuyoshaya ke 8:30 ku June 2015. The account number yesibili 11656140771, ukuthi ke statement leso uma sicela saqalelwa ke isikhathi sange 1 January 2014 kuyoshaya ke nge 8:30 zika June 2015.
Now, paragraph 8, the bank official P. Law says he or she attaches copies of extracts of the client information, then B, copy of the ID document.
Bese kuthi lana ke ku 8 la kukhulunywa ke ukuthi ke amakhophi awenza ke imininingwane yomnikazi we-account, imininingwane yakhe ke umnikazi noma ke i-client ke kanye futhi ne-copy yayo i-ID.
Now, if you turn the page over, you'll see at page 12, it's the client information of Mr. Fisokuhle Ntuli.
Uma ubuka ke lana ku page 12 iloku okhulunywa ngako ke la ngaphansi ko 8A ukuthi imininingwane yomnikazi we-account phecelezi ke client information yakhe umnumzana uFisokuhle Ntuli.
Then it says in paragraph 8B, copy of the ID document. There's the ID document of Mr. Afiso Kutlentuli.
bese kuthi lana ke ku 8B ithi ke icopy ke yayo iID maphecelezi ke umazisi nayi ke icopy yayo iID.
And below that, there's a signature of the deponent, P. Low,
Bese assign
which
ke
is
la
also
upilo
commissioned.
nana ke uqinisekiswa noma ke lo owayemfungisa.
Do you again see that this is the information that is being furnished by the bank official P. Low under oath?
Ingabe usuyabona ke manje ukuthi lena imininingwane ke noma ke information elethwa noma ke ekhishwa yiloyo osebenza ebank uP Low.
Mina ngayibona into ebhalela mina ngibuza ngesignature kuyenza signature yomunye ifana neyomunye.
I see what is happening here. All I'm asking is, does it happen that one person's signature looks the same as someone else's signature?
But do you then realize, Mr. Ntanzi, that that is not your signature?
Kodwa
These
ingabe
are signatures of the bank official P. Low of Capitec Bank.
kodwa ingabe uyakubona yini ke ukuthi lena akusiyona isignature yakho, isignature iyomuntu wasebank uP Low.
Mina ngubona kunjalo mana nami ngisayina ngalendlela ngubona kunjalo kusho yena.
I don't see it like that. That is what you say, because I also sign like this.
Yes, but
Ngoba namaphepha amina akagcwele phambi kokuthi. Mangathula ubukele signature ubuke wona.
Because here are my documents here in front of the court. If you were to compare that signature to mine,
Who authenticated the documents signed?
yes, that is
Under
the point
oath.
we were coming to. It's an admitted attorney.
What's the name of the attorney and the address?
It's I'm going to spell it. It's Uver, UVIR, Uver Debising, and we'll spell it DEBISING. It says designation admitted attorney.
And where does he practice?
Date Tuesday, 9 April 2024. And it gives the address Capitec Bank, business address 60 Main Street, Johannesburg.
It's not in Kandla. And the other authenticating official there?
In respect of Carolina Petronella Buota, the authenticating or the commissioning official, it's Pule Mukwena, designation warrant officer. The date is 2023-09-06. The place is Johannesburg, where the affidavit was commissioned,
Okay.
60 Main Street.
16 Main Street.
Yes.
Okay.
60, 60,
60, yeah.
yes, 60 Main Street.
Lapho kubhala uPula Mkwena. Mkwena angithi Mkwena ngihamba naye nguyuPula Mkwena. Ngoyafundisa umntopete.
the Pule Mukwena that is written here, it's Mr. Warrant Officer
Yes.
Mukwena that I'm traveling with.
Yes,
Is he the commissioner of Ulster?
Yes, this is the one who commissioned this affidavit.
Yeah, uyena ke wamfungisaka waqinisekisa ke yona i-affidavit leni.
That affidavit is of the lady,
Yes.
Petronelli. Didn't she come to court here?
No, she
She never came to court.
No. Now, Mr. Ntanzi, if you look at DD1A, you'll see that this affidavit was commissioned by an admitted attorney. You haven't appeared before this attorney, Ufer Debeseng, to commission this affidavit.
Umuntu ke owaqinisekisaka manje esayinda futhi ke efungisa umuntu lona ke owenza le statement esifungele nali ke igama lakhe libhaliwe uFer Debising awukazeke uvele phambi kwayo uthi ke uwumeli ovunyiwe ke inkantolo ukuthi ke unawo amaphepha ukuthi abe ummeli awukaze uvele phambi kwalomuntu lona
Hayi mina
Awumazi.
ngimazi.
I don't know the person.
Mina ngibonayo lokho kubhala uPule Mkwena ngithi uMkwena ngathi lo engihamba naye.
What I see here is Pule Mukwena, and Mukwena is the one that I travel with.
Yes. So clearly you'll see that Exhibit DD1A was not signed by you as you alleged yesterday.
So manje uyabona ke ukuthi uDD1A lona or A1 yeah 1A ukuthi ke akazange asayine wena ngalendlela wena osho ngayo ukuthi isignature yakho le.
Mina ngikhuluma ngesignature ngithi wayifana neyami ke phambi kwecourt.
I am referring to the signature. I'm asking as to why does it look like mine before the court?
Ngithi kuyenza ukuthi ama signature wathi abehlukene afane phambi kwecourt.
I am asking, does it happen that two different people's signatures look the same?
But Mr. Ntanzi, you'll agree that that is not your signature.
Kodwa ke mnumzana uNtanzi uzovuma yini ukuthi akusiyona yakho le
Cha
signature?
ungivumisa ngenkani phela phambi kwecourt
No, you are now forcefully making me to agree that it is not mine.
Okokuqala ngangingekho makuprintwa lamaphepha lami.
Firstly, I wasn't there when these documents were printed.
Manje mina ingakho bengibuza phambi ukuthi yini indaba le signature ifana neyami na. Ngibuza izolo mntu why le signature ifana neyami na.
Hence-
Ngisayina nini?
Hence, I was now asking, I asked this yesterday as to why is it that this signature looks like mine. I asked this yesterday.
Ukuze
You are saying the signature looks like yours.
Uthi fana neyakho.
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
not saying this is my signature.
Awuthi eyakho.
yeah ngithi ifana neyami.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with it.
Mama,
It looks like yours, but it is not yours.
If
You're
I-
not saying this is my signature.
Awuthi eyakho. Uthi fana neyakho.
Yeah,
Yes.
can we proceed, please?
As a court position.
Yes. Fana neyami. Fine. Jesus.
And we just put it to you that yesterday you maintained that that is your signature.
Esikushoyo kuwena ukuthi izolo awushongo lokho kushoyo namhlanje uthi fana neyakho kodwa izolo uthe eyakho.
Angithi bengibuza lo mbuzo bengibuza lo mshizi ngangisayina kuphi lapha ngaleli phepha leli. Bengikhombisa lona la ngoba bese ngisejele. Futhi signature ifana neyami futhi asayina endaweni engafani.
I was asking based on the question that was posed to me by the prosecutor as to where I signed here and also saying that I was already incarcerated by that time and the signatures were at different places.
Now, once again, putting the two affidavits side by side, starting with the affidavit of Carolina Petronella Buota, it's an affidavit in terms of section 236.
Uma siphinde futhi ke sesiwabeka ke elinye ke eduze kwelinye lama affidavit amabili.
And she confirms that paragraph 2, she has examined the entries in the accounting records and the documents of this bank as set out in the annexure year 2. And paragraph 3 says the attached copies of the aforesaid entries in the accounting records and of the aforesaid documents are correct copies of the entries in the accounting records and the documents of this bank.
Lana akushoyo ke siqala ngalena yakhe ke uCarolina Petronella Buota uthi ke ngibhekile ke lokhu okubhaliwe ke lana kuyona ke iaccount noma ke kuma records eaccount kanye futhi nawo ke amaphepha phecelezi ke ama documents ayo le bank lena ngendlela ke okubhalwe ngayo kuwona ke lama annexure noma ke lama phepha ke ahlanganisiwe lana kusona istatement ukuthi ke ama copy ke lana ekhulunywa ngawo kuyona ke iaccount noma kuma records eaccount kanye futhi ke namaphepha noma phecelezi ke ama documents la ekukhulunywa ngawo ukuthi ke ama copy ekuyiwona nokubhaliwe lapha kuwona ke ama records awayo ibank lena.
And paragraph 4, she says the aforesaid accounting records and documents are or have been the ordinary records and documents of this bank. The entries in the aforesaid accounting records have been made and the aforesaid documents have been compiled, printed or obtained in the usual and ordinary course of the business of the bank. the aforesaid accounting records and documents are in the custody or under the control of this bank.
Uthi ke wona ke lama record ekukhulunywa ngawo ke lana kanye nawo ke amaphepha phecelezi ke ama documents kuwona ke uqobo lwawo kanye futhi ke nama documents noma ke amaphepha ayo ibank lena nokuthi ke okubhaliwe ke kuwona lama accounting records noma ke kulama records lawana enziwe futhi nokuthi ke futhi lawo ma records lawo ahlanganisiwe ase eyakhishwa phecelezi ke ukuprintwa atholakala futhi ke ngendlela ejwayelekile ibank lena noma leli bank leli elisebenza ngayo nokuthi ke lama records lana kanye nawo lama documents lana ke agcinwa nokuthi futhi ke angaphansi kolawulo lwayo ibank lena.
As we've mentioned, the date, it's the 6th of September 2023.
Bese sishilo ukuthi date yizo i6 zika September 2023.
Now, if you looked at the new exhibit DD1A, P law, says precisely the same as what Ms. Carolina Petronella Botha is saying.
Uma ubuka leli ke noma lesi statement esifungelwe naye ke uphilo lona usho kanye lokho okushiwo uyena ke uPetronella Botha kulesi statement esifungelwe.
Now, if you turn the page over, page 2, the affidavit of Ms. Carolina Petronella Botha, she states, annexure of affidavit, she says, paragraph 1, copies of the bank statements for the account of Mr. Obongani Ntanzi, being account number 135641298.
Mabuka lana ke siqala kuleli ngala uyasho ke lana ukuthi ke amaphepha ke ahamba naso istatement lesi sifungele phecelezi ke affidavit siqala lana ke kuyena uCarolina Petronella Botha abe esesho ke ukuthi ke lana amakhophi estatement sebank kwi account yakhe client kwabhalwa Bongani Ntanzi account number 135641298.
And she states this statement period, which we've already covered.
Uyasho ke nesikhathi ukuthi ke istatement lesi yesasiphi isikhathi ebese sikushilo.
Then paragraph 2, she states copies of extract with particulars of the account holder. It says client information, copy of ID document, photo of client.
Lana ke uyasho ke paragraph 2 ukuthi ke yini ke ekhona ke lana yakhe umnikazi we account noma ke amakhophi wapi ahlanganisiwe imininingwane phecelezi i-information yalo i-client i-copy ye-ID noma ke umazisi kanye futhi ke nesithombe se-client.
If you go to page 4 of her affidavit, just 2 pages further, there's the client information, your information, do you see that?
Uma siza lana ke ku page 4 nayi ke imininingwane yakho
That refers to in paragraph 2A.
le akhuluma ngayo la ku 2A.
Then paragraph 2B, she refers to copy of the ID document.
Kukhuluma lana ngecopy ke ye-ID.
There it appears on page 5, the next page.
Nayi ke la ku page 5.
Then paragraph 2C, she says the photo of client. And
Bese thi ke
there's a photo that you said you wanted to see a color copy of.
bese thi lana ke isithombe se-client isona ke isithombe lesi ukuthi ke ufuna usibona kahle ke ufuna ubona ikhala yaso.
Yebo.
Yes.
Ngisacela nje ukubuza kancane babona. Angalo mayema ngalo. Kubhal esignature le. Leli gama lomuntu ukuthini la ngezazi. Le. Le.
The witness is asking, there's a signature, Botha, deponent, and just underneath that there's something written that the witness would like to know as to what is that which is written there.
But it's the Commission of Oaths, Warrant of Samukwena.
Mkwena na.
Na, Mukwena.
kuba uthi mlawuzi la ngiyayibona ngithi le nto le.
Okay, the witness says Mlawuzi.
Mangawuthi ngibuka kahle le signature la kubhala ukuthini mlawuzi or what ngoba phela ama signature la ngiyawabona bangisayinele ejele abade ngihamba lama signature abo ngiyawazi.
The people that I travel with, they do sign for me in prison. I know they are.
But it says Pule Mukwena, the warrant officer.
Oh mkwena.
Mokwena.
Alright. Okay.
Right.
Aye, all right.
Is the first number of warrant officer Mokwena there? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, just recite it so that we get going.
Yes, it's 0534565 -1.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Ntanzi, if you have a look at the new exhibit DD1A, page 2 of 14, the bank official P. Law says he or she is attaching paragraph 1, copies of the bank statements for the savings account of says client Mr. Bongani Ntanzi, being account number 135641298, and it says statement for the period 2014-01-01 to 2015-06-30.
Uma sibuka lana ke ku page 2 kwamakhasi ke awu 14 ngaphansi kwestatement esifungelo sakhe uPhilo ubhalile ke lana ukuthi amakhompi ke ebank statement kwi savings account yakhe uBongani Ntanzi account number 135641298 ukuthi ke istatement lesi ke sesikhathi u1 January 2014 kuyoshaya ke i30 ku June 2015.
If you go back again to exhibit DD1, where the bank statement starts on page 7, it indicates that the bank statement is for the period, the top right hand corner, page 7,
Of DD?
DD1.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Page 7, are you there?
This is 5, 6, 7. Yes, yeah.
You'll see the top right hand corner, it says from date, it's 01/01/2014 to date 31 December 2015.
Uma ubuka lana ke ne ukuthi ke i-date eqala ngayo noma i-statement isiqala nge-date nge-1 zika January 2014 siyogcina ke nge-31 ku December 2015.
So do you see the statement period overlaps? The one attached to the affidavit of Ms. Buota goes from 1 January 2014 to 31 December 2015, and the one attached to the affidavit of P. Law is for the period 1 January 2014 to 30 June 2015.
Uma ngabe umuka ke lana ama date ne uma sibuka lesi statement esifungele sakhe uBuota Miss Carolina Petronella Buota sona sithi i-date esiqala ngayo i-1 zika January 2014 siyophela ke noma siyogcina nge-31 ku December 2015 bese lesi esikaphilo sithi sona siqala nge-1 ku January 2014 sigcine nge-30 nge-30 zika June 2015.
And you can have a look at the bank statement itself that starts from page 7 of the affidavit of Carolina Petronella Buota, from page 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to page 18. You'll see that just before the last page, it says 31 December 2015.
Ukuthi-ke umshushisi uzobuka-ke manje. Ungaqala kule page ne u7, u8, u9, u10, 11, u12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Manje uthi-ke ngibalero but I think siphela la 31. So uthi-ke ungasibuka uqala lana kule page kuze kule page-ke lena yokugcina nayo yokugcina sorry. Yeah. Uthi-ke but kodwa sigcina la sona statement ukuthi-ke ungabuka uqala la ukuthi siqala nge1 uthi siqala nge1 1 January 2014 siyogcina-ke nge31 ngale ndlela abhale ngayo. So uthi-ke uma ngaba kuwukuthi ufuna ubheka-ke kude kwe-page yokugcina ungakwenza lokho uzobona ukuthi sigcina nge31.
If you go to the affidavits of P. Law,
Umuya ku-affidavit ka-P. Law. Uma siza kule ka-law
the bank statement should be right at the last page.
Okay.
The last attachment.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You'll see that the first page says from date 1/1/2014 to 30 June 2015.
Sorry. Thanks.
It's for the period 1 January 2014 to 30 June. And if you look at the last page, you'll see that the statement goes up to 30 June 2015.
1A. This with 1A.
Yes, the statement of DD 1A. So it's this one.
Yes.
So you've got it.
Yes, I've got it. I'm just looking at the page for the statement. Sorry.
Where the statement starts,
Page.
the first page of the statement, it says from date 1/1/2014 to 30 June 2015.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
If you look at the last page, it says 30 June 2015.
You must go over a page. Doctrine.
So the bank statement attached to the affidavit of P. Law goes to up to 30 June 2015. The one attached to the affidavit of Ms. Carolina Petronella Buota goes up to 31 December 2015.
This is Petronella sona si tuna gate 31 December 2015. This is lesi escalo sona tuna gate 30 June 2015. 31 June 2015. 21 December, sorry, 2015. Thirty June 2015.
Ms. Santos, we want to demonstrate to you that these are two bank officials who are attaching bank statements of your account for the one for the period January 2014 to 31 December 2015, and the other one January 2014 to 30 June 2015.
Lana mnumzana uNtanzo kwenzekayo ukuthi ke sinabantu ababili abasebenzela ibhange lodwa uCapitec. Lana ke abahlanganise ama statement akho ebank, omunye ke siqala nge1 kuJanuary 2014 sogcina nge30 June 2015, omunye ke siqala ngazo i1 January 2014 sogcina ke nge31 December 2015.
And just lastly, we wish to refer you to page 2 of DD1, Ms. Carolina Petronella Botha's statement.
Page 2.
Yes.
Page 2.
Page 2, paragraph 2. It says, attached to her affidavit is client information on paragraph A. And if you look at page 2 of DD1A of the affidavit of P. Law, paragraph 2, also states that client information is attached. And if you page over, you'll see your client information.
Lana ke siku page 2 kuzona zombili ke statement lezi la uyasho ke ukuthi ke imininingwane ye client uBotha nangale uPhilo uyasho ke uma se ubuka ke lana iyona ke imininingwane yalo iclient nalana njalo futhi.
If you go to page 3 of 14 of P-Law, DD1A, you'll see the client information there.
Na imininingwane ye client.
And if you go to page 4 of DD1, the affidavit of Ms. Botha, page 4, you'll see that your client information appears there.
So uthi ke kula page amabili lana u4 ku5 lana u3 ka14 ukuthi ke imininingwane yakho ikhona la.
And if you go to page 5 of Ms. Botha's affidavit, that's copy of your ID and the photo of a client that she refers to on page 2.
Page 5 lana ke ukhuluma nge-ID lana kanye futhi ke nesithombe.
And page 4 of P-Law statement DD1A also attaches copy of your ID and the client photo.
Naye ke uPhilo na i-copy ye-ID uPhilo kanye nesithombe.
You see that?
Uyakubona?
Ngiyayibona copy ID noma nje ithombe lesithombe singaqamile kahle.
I do see the copies of the IDs, although the photos are not clear.
Yesterday you requested that this photo that is referred to as client photo by the bank, that you want to see a clearer picture. We're going to show it there on the screen.
Yebo ngiyasibona.
Yes, I see it.
Ngicela nommeli wami ke sibuke kahle lesi sithombe ngoba khona izinto ngizofuna akhulume ngaze kodwa ngicela nje asibuke kahle ukuthi yenele ngalesi sithombe
I'm
lesi.
going to ask my legal representative to have a proper look at this picture because there are certain things that I would like him to address to the court. I will ask him to just have a proper look to this photo.
Ngoba lesi sithombe lesi sa 2013 mangivule account.
Because this is a photo of 2013 when I opened the account.
Now, if we can then just revert to both affidavits regarding the transactions. From 25 October 2014 the bank statement attached to the affidavit of Ms. C.P. Buota. If we can turn to page 10, we've already traversed that. You can see that there are no transactions for that period. 25 October 2014 to 30 October 2014.
Lana ke uma sibuka la kulesi ke esakhe uBhota ukuthi ke akukho ke okwenzeka kuyona iaccount phakathi kwazo i25 October 2014 ufika 28 October 2014.
Yes, even up to the 30th of October 2014.
Nomdlulela kuzona i30 October 2014.
On the 31st of October 2014, there's interest received, R1.50, and there's also monthly account admin fee of R5.
Masibuka la 31 October 14 bakhuluma ke ukuthi ke kune interest eyatholakala u150 kanye futhi ke nemali ke yenyanga yayo iaccount abayibiza ngokuthi ke iaccount admin fee eku R5.
Now, if you go to the new exhibit DD 1A on page 4, you'll see the page numbers appear at the bottom
Yes.
right.
Page 4.
Yeah, page 4 of 8. If you look,
Page 4 of DD.
DD 1A.
It should be 414.
No, the printed page numbers.
Okay.
Yes, the printed ones
Alright.
on the bank statement. That says 4 of 18.
Alright.
You'll see that between 24 October 2014 to 31 October, are you there?
Not yet. Yes, we are.
Yes. You'll see that between 24 October 2014 to 30 October 2014, there are no transactions there.
Mzobona ke la 24 October 2014 kuze kuyofika ke nge30 October 2014 ukuthi ke akukho kwenzeka noma kuyona iaccount.
The next transaction was on 31 October 2014, and its interest received, R150, and there's monthly account fee of R5.
Gcinela ngazi 24 uma uphinde ubona futhi ke okwenzekayo kuyona iaccount kwakunge31 kuOctober 2014 besho ukuthi ke ne interest eyatholakala u150 nokuthi ke imali ke yenyanga phecelezi ke admin fee we R5.
So, Mr. Ntanzi, the point being here that both the statements attached to the affidavit of Ms. Carolina Petronella Buota of Capitec Bank, as well as P. Law, indicate that there were no transactions for the period 25 October 2014 to 30 October 2014.
Uma sibuka ke lana kuzona zombili ke istatement lezi ezifungelwe esakhe uCarolina Buota kanye nesakhe uP Law sikhombisa ukuthi ke akukho okwenzeka kuyona i-account phakathi kwe-25 October 2014 kuyoshaya ke i-30 ku-October 2014.
Do you have any comment?
Khona ongakusho?
Ngiyakubona lokho kubhalwe phambi kwami.
I see that as it is recorded or written in front of me.
So the facility that you claim that you obtained at the bank, as well as the limit increase, are not reflected in both the bank statements. Do you agree?
Manje ke lokho kubili okhuluma ngako othi wahamba wayokwenza ebhange ukuthi wahamba ke wayokwenza i-loan nokuthi wahamba ke wayokhuphula ke ilimit yelanga ukuthi lokho akukho kulamaphepha la aphambi kwakho asebank.
Kuze inkantolo mangizazi loan nginayo Capitec. La kulama bank statement akukho kodwa mina loan ngiyazazi nayo Capitec.
My Lord, I know that I do have a loan at Capitec. Yes, it is not in these papers that are before me, but I know that I do have a loan with Capitec.
Now, yesterday, when we were dealing with your leave reports, yesterday we saw that you did apply for leave for the period according to Exhibit DD2. That you were on leave for the period we're talking now about annual leave 25 July 2014 to 28 August 2014.
Oh, back here, Judge.
Yes. It's page 11 of 14.
Page 11.
Do you see that?
Kune annual leave la noma ke i-leave ke yonyaka which ikhala nge 25 July 2014. Is it that one? To nge 28 August 2014.
Yes. Now, we just wish to refer to the transactions for that period when you were on leave, 25 July 2014 to 28 August 2014.
Manje ke sifuna ukuthi sizelana ke kwi-statement ke sibone ke ngalesi sikhathi ke owakwi holiday ngaso noma ke ukwi leave ngaso ama transactions ke alawo ma date lawo.
Just simply to indicate to you that transactions are reflected in your bank statements.
Khombisa ke ukuthi ke akhona ke kuyona i-bank statement yakho.
Now, when we look at page 9 of Exhibit DD1,
Page 9.
yes, the affidavit of CP Bota.
Yes.
It will indicate page 3 of 12 on the printed.
Yes. Yes.
You'll see that the day on which you went on leave on 25 July 2014, There was an ATM cash withdrawal. It says ATM Nongoma.
Uzobona ukuthi ngaleli langa leli ke owuya ngalo ulibuka nali langa la 25 July 2014 sorry nali ke libhaliwa 25 July 2014 ngazi 25 July 2014 wakhipha ke imali kwaNongoma.
Any comment?
Khona ngakusho?
ngiyabona imali eliviyona iphi la ngoba ngibone kahle.
I see it, but where is the leave money, because I can't see properly here.
Yes, but we're just talking about the transactions starting from the 25th of July 2014.
Yebo ke kodwa manje sisakhuluma nje ngokukhishwa kwemali ke uqala ngazo i25 kuJuly 2014.
Then there's a ATM cash withdrawal fee.
Okunemali ke eyathathwa ke ilona ibhange ngokuthi ke wakhipha imali wena.
Then
Ifee
next-
yakho bayithatha.
Sorry, next is the transaction that we referred to on 29 July 2014. It says branch change temporary card limit fee. Then just below that, ATM cash withdrawal, ATM Nongoma.
Oh, no. Lana ke ilena ke besikhulume ngayo yange 29 July 2014 branch change limit la ukuthi ke lana ila kwashintshwa khona ke yona ke ilimit enjengaphansi nje kwalokho yase ikhuluma ke ngokukhishwa kwemali kwaNongoma.
You inquired as to where your leave money is. If you look at 21 transaction of 21 July 2014,
Uthi ke ubuzile ukuthi iphike imali yakho ye leave uma ubuka la nge 21 July 2014
says payment received, transfer 12,433.76.
ithi lana ke kunemali ke eyakhokhwa noma ke imali oyathola ngipholisa imali oyithola ithi transfer bese ithi 12,433.76
And there's another credit of just under 6,000.
bese kuba nenye ke futhi ke nje engaphansi nje ko 6,000 is the one underneath that.
Yes.
Yeah, ile.
The total is now 18,424.55.
Ihlangene ke ku 18,425.
Angithi phambi kwesenkantolo la
Yebo.
imali elifi mayingene ihamba nebonus ihamba nepay angithi.
When leave money is being paid, it's bonus, and whether it's the salary.
Shall ilandelano ye3 mayingena la.
When those amounts are being deposited, they've got to be deposited now, so they have to follow each other.
Noma ngabe ngisakhumbula kwesenkantolo imali elifi yayiyo lo 12,000 kodwa njani ngokwazi kwami angiboni ukuthi wakuyiyo le.
Although I can't remember, my lord, the leave money, whether it was that 12,000, but according to me, no, that's not the amount,
Yes.
my lord.
Now, just going ahead, on the 29th of July 2014, there's an ATM cash withdrawal at Nongoma.
Masihla futhi ke kunenye imali futhi eyakhishwa kwaNongoma.
And on the 2nd of August 2014, there's also ATM cash withdrawal. It says Nongoma.
Phinde futhi ngazo i2 zika August 2014 kunenye futhi imali eyakhishwa ke ku-ATM iyasho ithi kwaNongoma.
And on the 6th of August 2014, there's also an ATM cash withdrawal Nongoma.
Phinde futhi ngazo i6 zika 6 September.
No,
No, sorry, 6 August, 6 August,
2014.
ngiyapholisa. Ngazo i6 zika August kwaphinde futhi kwakhishwa imali kwaNongoma. Sorry, I think it's 6 August.
So we didn't get your comment.
Uyakhuluma? Khona ukushaye.
Cha, ngiyabuka mina ikhithe ngosho.
No, I'm just looking
Yes.
at the statement.
But once again, Mr. Ntanzi, we're just demonstrating to you that the transactions are recorded.
Esikwenzayo la mnumzane Ntanzi ukukhombisa ukuthi okwenzekayo noma ke okwenzekayo yebo ebank kuyabhalwa la. Into yenziwayo noma yenzekayo ebank iyabhalwa.
Ngiyavuma mina lokho akushoyo ukuthi lokho okwenzakala ebank kuyavuma. Nakho khona manje kade ngibuza phambi kwecourt ngithi la uthi imali yelifu lena mhlambe ngithi imali anepay. Fela ingene ye3 ngithi ibhala ukuthi lena imali yelifu le imali epay le imali yebonus ngiyelifina ngithi mina.
Just like I hear what you are saying, that it gets recorded, but just as I asked here now that, as you indicated there, that 12,433.76 cents is for leave, and then maybe the one underneath that, it's the salary. So when it is deposited, it has to follow, it has to be the leave, the bonus, as well as the salary. They've got to go in sequence.
Yes. If you look at the 30th of July 2014, there's a payment of 1,344.75.
Mubuka lana nge-30 July 2014 kunemali ke owayithola i-1,344.75.
And 19 September 2014, there's also another payment of 5,636.55.
Kwase kuthi ke nge-19 kuSeptember 2014 wenye futhi ke imali owayithola eku-5,636.55.
Ingakho nje mina ngikhulumile laphambi kwecourt ukuthi le mali le othwena mhlambe imali elifu ngaleso sikhathi bese ngiyi-B1 okudala ngomsebenzi wasemayini bese ngiyi-B1.
Hence, I made mention of this amount that you referred to of 12,433.76, that at that time I was already on B1 and for a long time at the mine.
Ngisho ngabuka i-payslip yami izokutshela ukuthi bese ngiyi-B1 bese ngi-operator lezo khathi lezo manje yangimangaza imali elifu mayizothi 12,000 lapha kimi.
Even if you were to have a look at my salary advice or my pay slip, it will show you that I was at an operator level B1. So it comes as a surprise to me if you are going to say that the leave money was 12,000.
Ayisathi ngisho noma 15 16 sithi 12,000.
Not even maybe 15 or 16, now it says 12,000.
Yes. Now, if we can ask you to turn to page 8 of 12, I think we touched on this yesterday. On the 22nd of July 2015, there's a payment received of 50,000. It says page 8 of 12,
Yes, we are there.
payment received of 50,000. What was that amount for?
Lana, silana ke manje. Okay. I-22 kuJuly 2017 ukuthi ke unamali wayithola u-50,000 kwakuyimali yani?
Nasecourt ngishilo izolo ukuthi bengizophendula into engcono beyibhale ukuthi leave or imali yani.
I did say yesterday, my lord, that I was going to respond much better if it was indicated as to whether was it leave or what money was it for.
Now, in the final analysis, Mr. Ntanzi, we put it to you that the period which you say you were on unpaid leave from the 27th October 2014 to 31 October 2014, there are no transactions at all on your account.
Sithi kuwena ke isikhathi lesi ke owawu leave ngaso amalanga lana ke owawungeke wakhokhelwe emsebenzini ukuthi akukho nje okwenzeka. Okay, asiwasho lamalanga i-27 October 2014 kuze kuyofika ke nge-31 October 2015 ukuthi ayikho into eyenzeka kwi-account yakho ngalawo malanga lawo.
Kose enkantolo mina ngiyamuzwa lokho akusho ngoba namanje nje mangibhizi ngithi mina ngiyabuza ukuthi le mali oyimali yana impendula ngiyithola ingakho naqala ukuthi bengishilo phambi kwecourt mina kuzoba nzima ukuthi mina ngiphendula ngale bank statement ngoba no mangibuza phambi kwecourt i-answer ngiyithola.
I hear what the state is saying, my lord, But right now, as I am asking with regards to this particular amount, as to what amount this was, I do not get an answer. And I also did say before the court that it would be difficult for me to respond on this bank statement, my lord, because as I'm asking a question, I'm not being answered.
Sir, you can take up these issues with, your legal representative can take up this issue with you.
Ummeli wakho ke udaba lolu ke uyena ke umuntu ongaxoxisana naye ngalo.
yebo ngikuzwile lokho ngithi bekushona phambi kwakhona ayikho into engiyiphendulayo.
Yes, I heard that, but you are the one who was saying that I am not responding before the court.
Ingakho nje ngisho phambi kwakhona ngo-2014 bese ngiyi-B1 okudala manje makuzothi imali elifu le 12,000 hayi mina ngikhomba ukuthi hayi angivumelani nayo.
Hence I said before, or as I said before the court, my lord, that by 2014 I was already at B1 level at the mine. So if this amount is to be said that it was leave money, I do not agree with that.
We therefore posit to you, Mr. Ntanzi, that your version that you were at your home village in KwaZulu-Natal for the period starting 25 October 2014 to 31 October 2014 is untrue.
Siyasho ke noma siyakutshela ke manje mnumzana uNtanzi ukuthi ke inkulumo yakho yokuthi ke wawusemakhaya nge-27 October 2014 kwaze kwayoshaya i-31 October 2014 ukuthi leyo nkulumo leyo ayilona iqiniso.
Kosenkantolo ngangisekhaya.
My lord, I was at home.
You never disclosed to the investigating team, in particular Sergeant Mokhani, testify that during the interview in the boardroom on the 17th of October 2020, you told them that you were at work on the 26th of October 2014.
Ukuthi lokho ke awukazi ukudalule kwithimba eliphenyayo uSergeant Mokhane ke kubufakazi bakhe abethula ukuthi ke lapha yana eboardroom nge-17 October 2020 owabatshela kona wena lapho ukuthi nge-26 October 2014 wawusemsebenzini.
Akakhulumi lona iqiniso kosenkantolo.
He was not telling the truth, my lord.
Futhi kosenkantolo eboardroom akaze ngikhulume nomkhane mina.
And also, my lord, in the boardroom I never spoke to Mokhane.
And that was the reason why they went to retrieve your clocking records, Exhibit DD.
Nokuthi ke yingakho bahamba baya emsebenzini la osebenza khona beyothatha noma beyodonsa noma beyokhipha i-clocking record yakho.
Kosenkantolo ngiphinde ngiphendule lapho. Kosenkantolo amaphoyisa ogininda kimi eboardroom bathi mina angisebenzi ngihlala ehostel eFosolas ngumuntu wamateksi.
I repeat, my lord, at the boardroom, the police officers, the likes of Geninda, said to me or put it to me, my lord, that I was unemployed, I was residing in Vosloorus, and I was in the taxi business.
Lokho futhi kosenkantolo kufakazi lokho ubumhana ungene lapha ecourt uthi mina ngithengisa idakamizwe eFosolas ngithengisa ngasiphi isikhathi idakamizwa ngisebenza.
And that, my lord, to prove that it is evidence, Mokhane came to court and informed the court that I was selling drugs in Vosloorus. Now, what time was I selling the drugs when I was gainfully employed?
Now, when Advocate Numalo asked you where you were on the 26th of October 2014, you said when you are not at home, you are at work. You never mentioned that you were at your village home.
Uma ekubuza ke noma uma wawuhlonya imibuzo kuyena uadvocate Nxumalo ukuthi wawukuphi nendawo ngazi 26 ku-October 2014 awukazusho ukuthi ke noma awushongo kuyena ukuthi wawusekhaya noma usemakhaya owakusho kuyena ukuthi uma ungekho emsebenzini usekhaya.
And that you had ceremonies to perform.
Nokuthi wawunemisebenzi okwakufanele uyenze.
Iphendula ngaphinda bamnquma mina iqondile ayikho lapha eGwembe khona phambi kwecourt.
The response that I gave to Advocate Nxumalo, it was a straight or a direct response. There is no way where it was an indirect response.
Kosenkantolo ngangeke ngicela amalanga amahlanu mina ngicela ukuhlala eGoli.
There is no way, my lord, that I would have requested for 5 days only to just be around Gauteng, my lord.
When Advocate Mshololo asked you your whereabouts on the 26th of October 2014, you answered that since it has been established that you were not at work, you must have been home, but you never gave the version that you had ceremonies to perform.
Uma wawubuzwa uyena u-advocate Mshololo ukuthi wawukuphi ekhaya, ngiyabonga ngiyaxolisa, ukuthi wawukuphi nge-26 ka-October 2014, owakusho kuyena ukuthi nanjengoba sekutholakele ukuthi wawungekho emsebenzini, kusho ukuthi-ke wawusekhaya, kodwa-ke awukazi ukusho lokhu kokuthi-ke le nkulumo ishilo manje ukuthi kwakunemisebenzi ekwakufanele uyenze.
Nge-answer kamama uMshololo akacasho ukuthi angichaze.
With the question that was posed by Advocate Mshololo, I was never asked, or she never asked me to explain or to elaborate.
When we began to deal with your leave records, we asked you as to what was the purpose of taking unpaid leave. You indicated that there was nothing in particular that you had to do. You wanted to tend to cattle amongst others and just do general work around the house.
Uma bese sekubuza umshushisi uthi yena ke umshushisi sekubuza ukuthi ke kwakuyisiphi isizathu esakwenza ukuthi ke uthathe ke amalanga la, washo ke wena uphendula ukuthi cha akunazathu, kwakungenazathu nje kwakuwukuthi ufuna ekhaya uyobheka inkomo nokuthi ke uklineke amagceke.
Isizathu ngisibekile phambi kwecourt.
I did mention the reason before the court.
You never mentioned at the point that you had ceremonies to perform.
Awushongo ukuthi kwakunemisebenzi ekwakufanele uyoyenza.
Umbuzo wawuqhamuka ngayiphi indlela ngize ngiphendule atse ngiphendule ngaphambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
In which manner was the question asked for me to answer like that before the court?
And in contrast, yesterday you said that the main reason why you went home was to perform the ceremonies.
Izolo ke wase uthi izathu sokuthi uhambe uye ekhaya ke kwakuwukuthi uyokwenza imisebenzi.
Phela ngoba ngimlapha ebhokisini ngizosikhuluma yonke into ihamba ibuye kimi engqondweni.
As I am standing here, I am here in order to answer for myself, so everything comes back.
And in your evidence in chief, you never mentioned anything about performing ceremonies.
Kubufakazi bakho ke uma uqala ubufakazi bakho ke usabuzwa imibuzo uyena ke ummeli wakho awushongo lutho ngemisebenzi.
Nkosi enkantolo ummeli wami akazange akhulume ngedate lapha ecourt ngishiya zangathi ummeli wami ngedate esowawukuphi kwenzakalanga.
My Lord, I did say this, that my legal representative never asked me about a date or to say that on a particular date what happened.
You also did not mention that you obtained a loan for to finance the ceremonies.
Awushongo futhi ke nokuthi wathatha i-loan ukuthi ke ukhokhele imisebenzi leyana ke nokuthi ke noma ulekelele imisebenzi le owawuzoyenza.
Akazange ngibuza ummeli wami ngalokho.
My legal representative never asked me about that.
Ngalesi sikhathi engilida lapha ecourt.
When he was leading me here in court.
You also never mentioned that the issue of the lobola, that you had to pay lobola for your partner. Only when we asked you about that did you mention that.
Notaba ke lokulobola awushongo lokho uzokhuluma kuphela uma ngabe sesikubuza ngako.
Ngiyakuzwa kokusho ummeli wami akazange ngibuze ngakho ekhathi engilida.
I hear what you are saying, but my legal representative never asked me about that when he was leading me.
Ngoba nawe khona izinto la ungangibuza ngaphambi kodwa engangiyibuzwa ngummeli wami.
Because as you yourself or you as well, there are certain things that you never asked me, which my legal representative asked me about.
Then this morning you mentioned that you went into the branch of Capitec in Nongoma on Monday, the 27th of October 2014. This you never mentioned in your evidence in chief.
Namhlanje ke ekseni uthe wahamba wayongena phakathi ke ebank kwaNongoma into leyo ongakazeke uyikhulume ngaphambili noma uma ke ummeli wakho ekulida ngobufakazi.
naye ummeli wamakaza ngibuza ngankosi enkantolo.
Even my legal representative never asked me about it, my lord.
As a court, please, my lord, can we take the long argument at this point? It's 6 minutes to 1.
Yeah, Mr. Can you, hello, just place what you're asking on record.
I'm saying, my lord, I do realize that my concentration is affected, so I feel tired, my lord.
Mr. She says he's feeling tired and he is suffering from lack of concentration, adequate concentration. So you need to be released for the weekend.
All I'm asking, my lord, is just that you not come back at all.
Hello?
I'm just asking that you adjourn for the day, if possible.
For the day, okay. Any objections? No objections. Okay, fine. Let's adjourn for the day. Continue Monday because our interpreter says he's indisposed. Yeah.